Hey, Rad Cats and Cool Kitties. My name is Lenny Graves, and I have a message from your guardian demon tonight. Your guardian demon is kind of like a force of chaos in your life, but it's also a force of determination and just like fiery rage and stuff. He's kind of like our cheerleader. I always say your guardian angel's like all about fate and stuff like that, and like what path you should go. It's all been predetermined and stuff. But your guardian demon, he's more chaotic energy, and he's more like self-reliance and do what you want to do. And how can we twist fate and make it work for you? So tonight I'm going to use these eyes, these hands, this heart, and this voice, and hopefully I can pull some of that energy in, and I can let you know what your guardian demon wants you to know. And he's going to start with the Wheel of Fortune. Luck's going to change for you pretty soon. Wheel of Fortune, I'm not going to say run to the casino yet because I want to see the rest of the cards, but we're really definitely going to get a strong indication that your luck's about to change. That could be because you actually have a little bit of, you got a demon blowing on your dice when you go to Vegas. Three of Pentacles, though, I think it's actually going to be more so in an avenue of work or an endeavor. You might get a lucky break. An example is like maybe you're in social media, and you might get a video that goes, I don't know if it's a life-changing break as yet, but this is a good one. Like you might pick up 10,000 followers or something like that. It would be pretty cool. Doesn't necessarily have to mean the social media career. It could be like whatever your career is. You've been working on it. What you're working on, you're going to be rewarded with, okay? Your demon wants you to know that. So much so that it's really going to grow your income. You're about to have like maybe, I hate the word level up. It's two words. I hate the term. Oh, and I have the Seven of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck, and the demon energy that I have that goes along with this. You've kind of manifested. You're going to work, and you're going to put energy into it, and it's going to come back for you in a very abundant way. You're going to be quite successful materialistically. You might think to yourself right now, like, I'm never going to make it. I'm always going to be mediocre or something like that. Oh, no, my dark and lovely soul. You're on the cusp. You're on the brink. The devil... I want to clarify on the devil. What's up with the devil? Five of Wands. My dark and lovely soul, don't be your own worst enemy. Don't let any internal struggles hold you back from being who you are. That could be lack of confidence, or negative self-talk. There's a lot of different things that could be for different people, but it's a struggle. The devil, I love the devil card. Not just because I'm a wicked wizard, but because I love how the chains are loose on these people, right? They can take them off whenever they want to, but they don't want to. They chain themselves to the devil. It's the same thing with the situations, our preconceptions, stuff like that. Maybe like, okay, so again, this is not specific. This is just like an example. Apply it to how it works for you. But let's say you were like an author. Don't think that just because maybe your last book didn't do really good, that the next book you don't have is going to just go viral. And so you don't write it, right? As I'm an author myself, and we always kind of want our books just to explode, and that's not really how real life works. Every now and then it does. It's cool, but that's akin to like winning the lottery, right? We've got to put the work in a lot of the times. And that's what your demon wants you to know. It's like, again, we're not about fate. Fate's for the weak, or whatever, if you want to do that, right? The strong, we carve our own fate when we want to. We get in there and we're like, even if like fate itself is kicking sand in our face and throwing rocks, we don't care. We're knocking them away. We're like Luke Skywalker fighting Darth Vader. We're probably not going to win, but we're going to try. And King of Wands. And pushing through that, right? Fighting through our negative self-image, because if you do not know this, you are amazing. And this doesn't just necessarily mean like if you were hitting my table. It's not the spirits, I promise. It's not like if you're a social media star and then you're going to be a rock star, although that could be it. Your charisma could just blow up. It could be like the way you write, the way you adjust claims if you work in insurance. It's your craft. It's what you do as your trade, right? You're going to just really shine in it with the King of Wands energy. So, like, you need to push because this is your time to push. If you don't push, you might not have these opportunities because you can really come into your highest self here with the Emperor. And the Emperor is a very divine masculine card, but it can apply to both males and females. And it's also about domination of the world, if you will, and material success and things like that. And I really believe that you're about to be due. Like, you put energy in, you've been manifesting. Page of Pentacles, there it is. It's growing. It's like you planted this seed for wealth in your trade a while ago. And now it's going to be like that first spring, that first blossoming that's coming up. And it's going to be really amazing for you. It's going to be like all of the amazing. Let me pull one more card. I always say I'll pull one more card. Yeah, Eight of Pentacles. So that's how I want you to end off this reading, thinking about this. And this is what your demon wants you to do, is you put the work in. And my dark and lovely souls, I lied. I made it 3 weeks. I'm going to use a Rocky reference. You go like Rocky. You get up in the morning and you drink your raw eggs and you go out and you run in the cold. You put the work in. It may not seem like it's cool at the time. It may seem like you're running uphill and the dog's chasing you. And then the next thing you know, though, the school children are chasing you because you're so damn inspiring. But that's just really how it is you have to put the work in day to day. But it will lead you to abundance. And that's what your guardian demon wants you to know. He wants you to get out on the street and do the work. Because you can sit by and let fate kind of dictate your life, but you don't want to do that. You're cooler than that. Or you can go out and you can take it. You guys remember Brad Pitt and Troy, where he was like, take it, it's yours. You can do the same thing. You can rush that beach, and you can just take everything you want, but you got to want it. Whenever, I'm going to leave you with a story. I love Odin. Odin sacrifices himself to read the ruins, right? He hangs from Yggdrasil for 9 days, right? Nobody makes him do this. He doesn't do this because he loves it. He does it kind of because he loves the God, but he really does it for himself so he can learn the ruins and master the power, right? He literally makes himself a sacrifice to himself. We can do this in our own lives. We can sacrifice a bit of our time, a bit of our pain, a bit of our suffering to ourselves, to our ego that changes our reality, and we can apply this to business, and we can get out of our situation. We can get out of our, if we don't like the way we look, if we don't like our relationship. Again, this is real financial reading, but that applies to everything, right? We make a sacrifice of ourselves to ourselves, and then boom, right? We do amazing things. Think about that, my dark and lovely soul. And while you're thinking about that, think about liking and subscribing and all that kind of good stuff. You can find me here at The Lenny Graves on TikTok and YouTube, and Dysfunctional Enlightenment on Facebook and Instagram, because I like to be difficult. And I would love to see you there. And what I would also love to do is read your cards if you happen to like the way that I do read cards. And you can have that done at thelennygraves.com. That is the only place you can get a reading from me, except no substitutes, my dark and lovely souls. I have many copycat accounts. The only place to get a reading from me is my website. I do not solicit readings. You are a beautiful person. Now go be a beautiful, rich person, and then get a reading with me and tip me really big, because you'll remember this reading. Now, I'm teasing my dark and lovely soul, but get out there and put the work in. You go be rich and famous. Like, remember Nickelback Rockstar song? Now I'm doing Nickelback quotes. It's the world coming to. Good night, my dark and lovely soul.